Today we're going to find the center of a circle using chords. First of all, what we're going to do is let's draw a chord. As you recall, a chord is a straight line whose endpoints are on the circumference of the circle. Now what we will need to do is we will need to find the middle of that circle. So if we measure this chord, it is 7 centimeters long. So we will mark the center of mark the middle of this chord, and now we can remove our measuring instrument. Now we will find the perpendicular bisector. Perpendicular means 90 degrees. So we're going to use an instrument which will allow us to measure 90 degrees, such as this triangle, and the word bisector means to cut in half. So we will make a line which is 90 degrees to our chord and cuts it and meets it right at its middle point. So this blue line becomes our perpendicular bisector. And we can remove our straight edge, and what we know is somewhere along here, this blue line lives the center, but we don't know where. So in order to find where along that blue line the center lives, we will create another chord. So let's introduce another chord, and what we will do with this chord is we will again find the center of the chord, the middle of the chord, and by measuring it, and we need to find the perpendicular bisector. Again, I have 7.5. So 7.5 would be, half of that would be 3.5 plus another 3/4, or it's another quarter. So I am looking at, so we're looking at this being the center of our circle would be, our center, or the middle of our line would be right here. Okay, that didn't come out very clear. It would be important that when we are measuring the center, we are marking the center, that we make our lines as thin as possible so that we can be accurate. So that will be the middle of my line. Now, again, using our 90 degrees to find the perpendicular, we will move our instrument in place to find the perpendicular, and making sure that it's lined up perfectly with our chord, which can be a little bit difficult to do sometimes. And now we'll move it in place, and now what we can do is we can introduce another perpendicular bisector, and there too is our perpendicular bisector. We will remove our 90-degree angle, and we can see that the lines intersect here in the middle, and that is the location of the center of the circle.